Hey, so today I'll be watching Raven of the Inner Palace, episode 3. But really quick before I get into the episode, I just wanted to point out something that I forgot to mention last time, which is the fact that I really like this anime right now, but it also does fall into the whole cliche thing. Though when the Emperor found out that the Raven consort didn't actually have black hair, she had white hair, which means that he shouldn't let her live, given what they did to her clan previously. But instead, he of course didn't care about that. He loves seeing her white hair, which is good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a cliche where you think that he might kill her, because that's apparently what the previous emperor did. But he didn't do that because he ended up loving her white hair and thinking that she was really beautiful and didn't think of killing her, which is a good thing again. But also, had he been just a little bit different, I would have been very interested to see how this would have played out. Though of course, given what we've seen of him, he isn't that type of person. Even when he supposedly killed the previous empress, until we find out that he actually didn't kill her, I did think that when he lifted up his sword and then he brought it down, that to me it looked like he was just gonna slash her shoulder. Not really in a beheading type of slash motion, since it was straight down like that and not to the side, which typically I guess one would do if they were gonna behead somebody. So just based off that, we know that he isn't the type to just kill without reason. He wants proof, he wants concrete evidence before killing anybody. Now into the episode. Oh, I didn't realize it was even her. Is that how they're chosen? By a golden arrow that was a feather? That's true. Did she say something? And yet she feels like she'd be mean. What is that? Fanyanyan. Maybe a previous lover died? Does saying that do something to their eyes or what? You're her friend, aren't you? Brother maybe? Oh, okay, yeah. I knew it was a lover. That's a taboo thing. Consorts aren't supposed to have lovers besides the emperor. We sure he's dead? Does that mean he's in the other place? That's what I'm saying.
歴州に赴任した。そこで起こった暴動で命を落としたの。かの地では月神教という妙な信仰が流行ってな。生き神のように崇められていたという。
Does he cover his face? Never mind. I thought maybe he would be posing as that guy, but he looks way too old. It could be a mask, but that's kind of far-fetched. It looks really nice. Now that I think about it, she kind of reminds me of Azula like that, from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh, okay, I was like, that's a weird metaphor. Seems sus. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Oh, okay. Oh, with the eyes? The one they saw earlier? Oh, that's convenient. Well, I mean, yeah, there would be hairs there if she slept there. Oh, we did it faster this time. Oh, is that a raven? Is that smart, going out with no protection whatsoever? Good aim. Oh, that's cool. Wow, the seal did nothing. She cracked it. Only 4 souls?
助かった。
ウヒよ、なぜお前は高級にが望めば全てを得られるだろうに。
今の言葉聞いておったか。
何をでございましょう。
円王宮へ戻る王玄勇の魂だ。暖かい、決して熱くない。
Well, it's sad that he's actually dead.
もう少しだけ。
He isn't gonna appear like as an apparition at least?
またお主の元に帰ってくる。家城から証拠なら捨てるだけ。
Oh.
素直にもらっておけ。
彼女はなぜ
行き場がなかった。家城はよそへ嫁がねばならぬ。ここを与えたのだ。
Does that mean that she also doesn't do nighttime activities?
その衣を着て
そなたと家城は良い話し相手になろう。
妃と茶飲み話をするものではない。また私を埋めてくれたのは母を失い、ここで生きてゆかねばならぬ私の定めだと。私に新しい名を与え、ウヒの術の使い方すべてを教えてくれたと約束をした。ウヒを頼ってくる者に。
なぜだ。
それがほころびとなるからだ。判断が鈍る。
確かにそうかもしれぬな。家城がそなたは誰よりも優しい人だと。家城から送られた衣に似合うだろう。いらなければ捨てればよい。
お主ら揃いも揃って、もうここには来るな。
そう怒るな。
ここは帝の来る場所ではない。相入れぬものだ。
それはどういう意味だ。
Not even gonna answer him. I love this ending song.
衛星、はい、東館府に摂行営に連絡を取って。
Ooh, Winter Palace.
聞きたいことがあると。
Does he doubt her? Ooh, the Skylark Princess. So given that I'm already 3 episodes in, I can already kind of see the formula that it goes by. Meaning that basically each episode, most likely someone's gonna go and request a favor from the Raven Consort. And she of course will try her best to help solve the problem. Although now apparently there's a little bit more at stake. Since apparently that soul that belongs to somebody from her family is now out to do harm. I don't really know exactly what he plans to do, just that he plans to do something because he's controlling people. And that maybe one of his goals is to help the Raven Consort leave the palace. Since he mentioned like, why are you still here? You can leave. I really like that this family has white hair. Because most typical animes, they have a lot of black and brown hair. Not that there aren't a lot of white-haired characters, but specifically in this context, it looks really nice on them. Especially like with long white hair, it really does look pretty. And it looks like I was wrong about the Flower Princess. I assumed she would be the typical cliche mean girl who appeared to be nice and was friendly to you to your face, but when she's no longer in front of you, she's really mean and dislikes you a lot. Pretty much exactly like Princess Vivian did in Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. She was a princess, and when she met face to face with the one who the king would always have around him, she appeared nice in person, but as soon as she left, she turned mean and she hated her. So I just thought that, considering that all those shots they did to her face, and also like since they showed her leaving, I thought we would get a scene where she would turn the corner and then she would get like a really mean face and just really hate on the Raven Consort. Since it seemed that she was getting special attention, while she, an actual consort, was not. And also the fact that apparently nobody really seems to think that even though the Emperor frequently visits the Raven Consort, that they do anything. I mean, just because she's a Raven Consort doesn't mean that, in a sense, they couldn't do anything. I'm not really sure that's a rule, I'm pretty sure that's just what's said. But I mean, he's the Emperor. If he wanted to, and if, of course, she was willing to, they could be doing something. But they're not. At least for right now, they're not. I am cold. I am so cold right now. I'm trying to really like give my input and my thoughts about this episode, but I'm really cold right now. So if you see me shaking or anything, that's why. I also found it really funny that when that consort had said that the man whose soul she was waiting for used to be her ex-lover, and the Raven consort looked at His Majesty and she's like, okay. Because at least from what I've seen from C-dramas, Chinese dramas, and the occasional book, is that when you're a consort, this is essentially true for every palace that has consorts, you know? That basically, when you become a consort, you are, in a way, you are symbolically married to the emperor. That there's so many consorts that you can't possibly visit them all. Even up to that point, you cannot take on a lover because you belong to the emperor. But the fact that she had a lover who died 3 years previously, because she wasn't a consort before, she was just made one as a favor. And because of status and everything, she would have to marry into another family. So of course the emperor was kind enough to take her in as a consort so that she wouldn't have to go and deal with having to get with another man with the chance that he might not treat her well. I was also under the impression that the Raven consort was always with the previous Raven consort. I didn't know that she was actually sold into slavery and then she was sold to a couple. And of course she wouldn't know how to do a lot of things because she's a kid and she lived a very different life previously to that. And she had all this trauma and everything. She wouldn't know how to clean properly. But she was lucky enough that the golden arrow hit that house where she was at, which proved that she was the next Raven consort. Which is also kind of strange to me. Who determines that? Does that bird just know? Did the previous Raven consort know that her time was coming up soon and that she should probably find the next one? Because I'm really interested in how the logistics works in this. Like, why now? Why not before? And also, how do they know that it was for her? There could have been other kids in there. Maybe it was even that wife. Although that's probably a stretch. And also apparently that the Lan family, which is the one that the Raven consort belongs to, or used to belong to, that I'm guessing that they were always Raven consorts and they just happened to hide their identity and just dye their hair. Because I don't know how else that would work previously. Because if they had known that the previous Raven consort was part of the Lan family, then they would have killed her, no? I know that the Raven consort has protection and also because they're very much afraid of her because of everything that she can supposedly do. But I would feel like they still wouldn't let her live under those conditions. But regardless, I'm glad that, she was there and then she helped the current Raven consort to learn a lot of things before she passed. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this previously, since it's been a long time since I've seen the first 2 episodes. But I really love the art style in this. I love the voice acting in this, like the Emperor's voice, I love it. He is by far my favorite voice actor right now. In this show, he's my favorite one right now. I don't know who voices him, but he does a really good job. Also the fact that a lot of these characters seem to be self-aware, or at the very least, they're Raven consort, which is something that I mentioned in a previous video, not one of my reaction videos, but in one of my manga chapter videos, is that I really like it when characters themselves, they point out things. Like in this episode, when the Emperor threw her those apricots, she's like, don't throw things at me. Since what I've seen in other animes, they wouldn't even bring that up. They would just catch it and not say anything. They'd just be like, really? And I also like the fact that it seems like she has the freedom to say whatever she wants to him. Like, she does not care at all. In that sense, she really reminds me of Sacrificial from the manga and soon-to-be anime series, Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. Since just like her, the Raven consort doesn't care that she's talking to the Emperor. She talks to him however she feels like talking to him. Because also in a similar sense, they both have this immunity, where they can just talk to them however they see fit, not really caring about their status or anything, and their respective kings are fine with it. Well, one, because she's the Raven consort, there's rules in place for her, and in Sarpi's case, she's essentially his fiancé. He's not gonna really reprimand his own fiancé. Also in a similar way, just like how the Emperor proposed to the Raven consort to be his consort, King Leonhardt also proposed to Sarfi to be his queen. And she also was against the idea. She was like, no, don't make me your queen, there's gonna be trouble. And the Raven consort with the Emperor, she's like, what are you talking about? Stop saying stupid things, that's not gonna happen. Also the stigma between these two, because of the families that they come from. The Raven consort coming from the Lan family, who supposedly is evil, and Sarfi being a human living in the beast realm. They both have huge stigmas against them, and a lot of people want them dead. So I'm liking that I'm finding a lot of similarities between these two. I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode.